Today I'm going to show you how to make 3 wire moves. I'm going to show you the bail, which is the hoop that a necklace chain could go through, a tornado spiral, and a snail spiral. We're going to start with identifying our tools. We have snub nose pliers that have cones for the shape of the pliers. And we also have, snub nose and needle nose pliers. And the needle nose pliers are flat on the inside. So we're going to start with the bail, which is the hoop. And that's the thing that the pendant can hang on the chain from. And so we want to start with that. You're going to take your piece of wire and your snub nose, that's the cone, pliers. And the first thing you're going to do is hold them like this so that you're just looking at the top cone, the top of the top cone, and grab your wire right in the middle. So it's in between my wires, and I see the top cone still, and I'm squeezing, and I keep squeezing with my dominant hand. So I have about half the wire up, half of the wire going down, or this half of the wire is pointing towards me, this half of the wire is pointing across towards the person or chair across from me. And my cones are pointing the other direction. You're going to take the back wire and you're going to bend it straight down. So you could poke your table with it because it's going straight down. I'm going to turn so you can see it from the side. It almost makes an L, just like that, and I'm still squeezing. So that points down. Now the wire that points towards me, I'm actually going to push it down and continue going all the way. So now it's pointing across from me. It's pointing to the person or chair across from me. And if I look at that from the side, I have an L with a loop. The best thing to have is a tight loop around your pliers. And if you have that, you can slide it right off. So here's my L with a loop. If you don't have the L with a loop and a right angle, you're going to want to try again. Now I'm going to take my needle nose pliers. I'm not going to stick them through the hole. I'm going to lay it flat in the mouth and grab it. I'm going to squeeze. Then I want one wire to stay still, and I'm going to wrap the other wire around the wire that stays still. And you're going to do that about 2 or 3 times, maybe 4. And the tighter you wrap it, the better it looks. So there's 1. If you look at that up close, there's 1 wrap. This one's still sticking straight out. I'm only moving this one. I'm going to do it again. 2. Nice tight wrap. And 3. I have that. And then when I unsqueeze, I have my bail, and I could stick a cord through there. Then on one end, I'm going to make the tornado spiral. The tornado spiral is a move where I have my snub nose pliers, the cones, and I hold it like a motorcycle handle. And what I do is I squeeze, rev forward, unsqueeze, turn back. Squeeze, rev forward, unsqueeze, turn back. Squeeze, rev forward, unsqueeze, turn back. I'm going to do this with my wire. I want the very tip of the wire in about the middle of my snub nose pliers. I'm going to squeeze, and then here I go, that move. Squeeze, rev forward, unsqueeze, turn back. Squeeze. So now when I'm squeezing, the tip has already curled around my pliers. Squeeze, rev, unsqueeze, turn back. And my tip should start to curl around the edge there. Here I go again. Squeeze, rev forward, unsqueeze, back. 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 squeeze, rev forward, unsqueeze, back, squeeze, and it's just going to twirl around the cone of my snub nose pliers, and when it's all to the end or wherever I want it to go, I can slide right off. If I don't want it to be that tight, I can take my needle nose pliers and kind of pull it a little bit looser so I can see my spiral, just like that. The other end, we're going to make the snail spiral. I'm going to start with stub nose again, the cones. It starts the same way as our tornado spiral, except this time I'm going to grab it a little bit, the tip of my wire, a little further towards the skinny end of my pliers. Squeeze, rev forward, unsqueeze, back. And then I'm going to look, and what I want is the tip of there to touch the end. I just want one circle. So I'm going to go one more turn, take a look. Now I have my circle. And I don't want it to overlap. So I'm going to make sure, and I can use my needle nose pliers, since they're flat, to kind of flatten out my circle. Okay. Now what I want to do is roll this circle down the wire. So I have my needle nose, my flat, just like when we made our bail. I'm not going to go through. I'm going to lay it on the needle, or on inside the mouth of the needle nose pliers. I'm going to squeeze, but this time I'm going to start turning it towards the end of the bail. So I squeeze, I turn it away, turn the pliers away, unsqueeze. Squeeze my circle, turn it away, unsqueeze. And my helper hand is kind of turning the opposite way. It's like I'm pushing my hands together. Squeeze and turn. And you're going to see it start rolling this way. Now I always want to keep this flat so I can kind of squish it down with my needle nose pliers gently, because you don't want to break your wire. And I'm just going to keep rolling it down as far as I want it to go.